All right, so these are the plates, old aluminum plates I cut out a while back. There's a different video on me cutting them out and sanding them and polishing them. But so I'm gonna use these for a backing plate on my fenders, and we're gonna go back to add a couple lights to them. You don't have to have any kind of backing plates for the lights on them fenders. You can just put them straight onto the fiberglass. But I had some extra aluminum laying around, so we're just gonna go ahead and make us some plates and bolt them on there. So I've already pre-drilled the holes in them. I've got a couple bolts that I'm putting stainless steel bolts in them, but I'm a few stainless steel bolts short, so I'm gonna use these grade 8 bolts temporary while I'm waiting on my stainless steel bolts to come, and I'll just take them out and switch them out when they get here. But that way it don't hold me up from doing what I need to do. I can keep on moving. So what we're gonna do is just bolt these couple plates on here, and I'm gonna use half and half. I got, what you got, 6. I'm gonna use 3. Then I'm gonna use 3 of these here, since I'm gonna take them off anyway. All right. Fender off right quick. Go ahead and pause it. When I bought these fenders off of another fella that took them off of one of his trucks a couple years ago, he had some big old heavy duty metal brackets here that bolted them onto his truck, and he went here and notched out some of the fender for his bracket to sit here. So between this fender and the other fender, they're two different heights, and that's part of one of the reasons that I decided not to use them on one of my trucks, is because he had been notching on them. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and make them both the same height. I don't want them matched, so I'll just go there and cut it out and make it the same height as the one on the other fender. Smooth that up a little bit, put a little paint on it. But it's always best, if you want to cut something, go ahead and cut it before you be getting to your finish part of it. That way you can eliminate possibly having to come back and do extra work. We don't like that around here. We don't like no extra work. I don't anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Try to wipe some of that polish off. Why? I got it. I have my other one wiped off. That's the one I thought went here, but these little old 1/4-inch bolts like this here, you don't have to try to break them off. I mean, they don't require a whole lot of torque. You ain't trying to hold up the world with it. All you're trying to do is hold that little piece on there. There's no need in trying to twist it off. I got little neoprene washers behind it with little rubber backing. So if you tighten them too tight, it just kind of smashes that washer, that rubber washer all out the side. You don't want it to do that because then it looks all ugly. And the sun will crack it up. That rubber that's sticking out the side, it won't take long for the sun to dry it out. All right, so I'm gonna put the one on the back, then we'll come back. I'll drill the holes and put the lights in. The battery goes dead. And we're gonna come back and put these cable clamps when we wire these lights up on a couple of these bolts. So, and these bolts here are just in there temporary anyway because they're not the right bolts. I got to have stainless steel. But this will hold me while I can keep on moving until I do get bolts I need. If you're using any bolts, on these fenders like this, especially if you want it to look good, you can't just go to Tractor Supply, Agri Supply, and buy the regular old grade 2 bolts. They may look shiny in the store, but just as soon as they get wet, a time or two, they're going to be rusty. So you got to get certain type of bolts if you don't want to be dealing with a bunch of rust. And they'll break. Them little old grade 2 bolts, they'll snap off. And if you got it in something that's thread insert, you'll have a problem trying to drill it out. I make a habit. I don't even really use them grade 2 bolts on hardly anything at all unless it's just, I just make a habit. I don't really use them at all. Unless I'm going to paint over them and take them back out or something like that. Dang washer. Must be used them all. Just stick it on there without it. I'll come back and get one. Snug them up, then we'll come back and put the lights in. All right, let me get my stuff together here with the lights, and then we'll drill them and pop rivet them where we need to. All right, so what we got here is we got some LED lights we're gonna put in here. These are the smoked LEDs, and I'm gonna pot rivet mine. I like to pot rivet mine because it's easier for me to get them out. If something goes wrong with the light, I can just drill that pot rivet out. I can pop me another one right in place of it. I don't have to worry about getting on the back side of it, trying to screw a nut, or my screw holes got stripped out where it's bouncing up and down the road. And I pot rivet them even on my big trucks I use on the road sometimes if I need to. But an easy way to get them straight if you're trying to, line your stuff up with a fender is just take a framing square, and just try to, I know you can eyeball it, twist it back and forth, and see which way looks the straightest and get it almost straight. But you can take a 90-degree square, and I can go on the edge of my bubble on the top and the bottom, and it don't matter if your fender's leaning sideways, whatever you square with. If just say this table was out of square a little bit, my fender's going to be out of square a little bit. So I'll square it up just like it is, and whenever you straighten it up, it'll be straight. So I'll just go edge to edge. I won't worry about going to the center because I could be off a little bit on the center. Depends on what I look at. So I'll go to edge, and I'll get me a little mark to start with on my top. Normally one of them, if you go with the top, that top hole's got a little slot in it, so it gives you a little play. You can move it, maybe 1/8 of an inch or so, and get it squared up where you want it. Let's see. I'll put it back where I had it. I'll pick it up just a little bit. Not much, but just enough to. Make sure I ain't gonna wallow out my hole. This is aluminum here, so it drills pretty easy. Matter of fact, the fiberglass is tougher to drill through than the aluminum. Yeah. So once I got the one hole in there, you still want to double check it before you crimp down on that pot rivet. Make sure you ain't got none of your wires pinched up in there. You can stick the pot rivet in it, but don't tighten up on it until you got it squared up. Make sure you got it square, because you may need to move it one way or the other. Once I feel like I got it squared up, I'll go ahead and tighten up on that one. You still want to kind of be holding it in place, because it will move a little bit on you. I'll tighten up on it. I got it locked in. I'll come back, I'll double check it. Edge to edge, I look good, so I know if I'm square this way and my 90-degree angle is not bent or gouged up here, then I know I'm going to be square this way too. So you only have to square it up one way. If you do all of them like that, all your lights will be in line together instead of some of them twisted around and around. I know a lot of people ain't going to pay no attention to it, especially going down the road if you got a circle of lights going through there. But you can look at some of them, and they are twisted sideways. You got a straight line going across, and it'll be sitting at an angle. And it don't really matter one way or the other. It still works, but some people don't like theirs twisted. Me being one of them. So if you go to drill it, you feel like it moved, which I feel like that, just twist it just a hair. Double check it. Yep. You have to at least kind of hold it until you get that second one in there. Once you get the second one in there, it ain't going anywhere near. Wow. Once you get the second one in, it's locked for good there. It ain't going anywhere. Make sure you got it right. You ain't going to move it no more. Let's double check it just to make sure. That's good. We just repeat that process. We got all the holes in here cut about the same, so you don't have to worry about being up and down too awful bad. But we do have a little bit of play in there, maybe 1/8 inch or so. It ain't really gonna make a whole lot of difference. Same thing here. that top when I pushed it up, just so I didn't be right on the bottom edge of my plate there. I want to go about center and still stay up at the top. So I get it back where I want it. I can move this out of the way, hold my fender where it don't push on me, and I can put a little pressure on it then. Clean that stuff out of the center. You don't want the wall of the hole out bigger, but you do want to clean the little mess off of the back because it'll aggravate with your pot rivet trying to go in there. Same thing. If you ain't somewhere where you got your piece of whatever you're working on stationary, I mean, you just eyeball them best you can. That's the way I've always done them. I just twist it sideways until I know it looks stupid crooked, and twist it back the other ways until it's crooked, and then you can kind of get a place there where it looks pretty good. That's what a 90-degree angle is. A square is a perfect 90-degree angle. It means it makes a perfect turn. It don't mean 89-degree angle or 87-degree angle. It means perfect, 90 degrees. That's what you want. Hold it. Get us another drill in there. First one, like I said, it don't mean you got it right. It means you got it locked in there pretty close. Once you put the second one in there, you can do pretty much what you want then, it ain't gonna move. If I got my lights, let's say I'm going down the road somewhere, and now if you pot rivet them in there, you need to have somewhere you can drill that pot rivet out if you need to change it on the road going somewhere. But just say I was on the road and I needed to change my light, all I do is drill that little pot rivet back out, put my light in, pot rivet it back in, I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna go through this whole process like this. I ain't gonna videotape the whole thing because I got 3, 4, 5, 6 of them to do. It's all basically the same thing. Square it up, drill the holes, hold them straight, pot rivet. Second time, when you lock that second one in, you're good to go. You can drill your other holes without even worrying about it moving. Just drill it and pop it.